Adding a bevel to your object edges will really increase the realism of your renders. For example, this is just three cube objects. They're primitive objects. They're not editable, and as you can see, the edges are these ideal 90-degree edges. So one way to add a bevel is to add a bevel deformer. So if I hit the drop-down menu for the deformers and choose bevel, what I'll do is I'll put the bevel deformer as a child of this large cube. And now if I do a render, you can see the difference here. Just that bevel has made a more realistic edge on the large cube, and the two smaller ones still have the unrealistic ideal 90-degree edges. Selecting the bevel deformer in the attributes, the main attribute you're concerned with is offset. So if I increase offset, the bevel will increase. And you can input any number you want in here, but it depends on the size of your object and everything. But sometimes even like a 0.5 or a 0.3 bevel will be enough to give it just to give it that little bit of a realism. But again, this offset, it depends on what you're going for, and it depends on the size of the object and so on. So anyway, let me change this back to the default of 1. And what's really cool here, so right now only this large cube has the bevel applied to it. The two other ones don't have it. So what's really cool though is I could take these other cubes and make them a child of the big cube, and all of them have the bevel applied to it, which is really great. So I can build these really complicated structures and just nest them correctly with a bevel deformer, and all of the edges are beveled, and that's really cool, right? So now you can use the bevel tool with as long as you're working with an editable object. So let me just turn off these for now, and then I'm going to create a pyramid. Where's my pyramid? There it is. Okay, and then I'll make it editable. Now I could apply the bevel deformer to an editable object. That's not a problem. But I wanted to show you another way to add a bevel, and that's with the Bevel Tool. So hitting M for menu, and then somewhere in this madness, bevel, the Bevel Tool is at S. So now the Bevel Tool is enabled. If I click, hold, and drag to the right, the bevel will increase. And I forgot to say, you have to be in edge mode for this. Now you can apply a bevel to a point, and I think a polygon, but I've never used it. It's just so weird, I don't use it. But typically you want to be in edge mode to use the bevel tool. With the bevel tool enabled, the offset value is right here, so you could input the offset value just like you did with the bevel deformer. So anyway, so you can use the bevel deformer as a child, to the object, or you can hit M and then the letter S to enable the bevel tool, and as long as you're in edge mode, you can use the bevel tool to apply a bevel to the edges.